Picking out a new set of wheels for a project is definitely one of the hardest things there is. But how can we make it easier? By understanding wheel dimensions, sizes, offset, backspacing, all that stuff, that's gonna make it a lot easier to understand what wheels will fit on your vehicle and how they'll look when you get them onto your vehicle. So we're gonna go over today, offset. Now when you look online, you're gonna see all these crazy numbers like 22 by 14, negative 76 millimeter offset, or 20 by 9, positive 18 millimeter. What does that even mean? Well, let's understand. One of the easiest ways to understand offset is to use a big wheel. And luckily we got one here. We got one of these big TIS off-road wheels, and man, she's a big girl. So it's a 22 by 14. What does that mean? The wheel itself, 22 inches in diameter. Your second number, so if it was 22 by 10, it would be 10 inches across. This one's a 22 by 14, so when we measure it, she's 22 inches in diameter, 14 inches across. If we had, let's say, a 17 by 9, it would be 17 inches in diameter and 9 inches across. So your second number is always going to be your across. The next main number we're going to talk about is offset. So anytime we're dealing with offset, we're going from the center of the wheel. So if we took that 14-inch wheel, we come right across to 7 inches, and we're right in the center of the wheel. Offset is measured in millimeters. So if we go negative, it goes towards the vehicle. Positive goes away from the vehicle. Negative will move the wheel away from the vehicle. Positive moves the wheel towards the vehicle, tucking it into your fender. So if you want a big crazy stance, you go with tons of negative offset. This wheel right here, negative 76 millimeters of offset. That gives you a huge dish. So let's say that again. We got our big 22-inch wheel, 14 inches across, center at 7 inches is 0 offset. Once we go towards the vehicle, that's negative. So you can see our mounting surface comes closer to the vehicle. This is a negative offset. And at that point, it's gonna stick the wheel and tire combination outside the vehicle. If it was from the center line, a positive, like a positive 10 millimeter or a positive 24 millimeter, it would mount over here. And the wheel and tire is gonna be under the fender more, not giving you as much aggressive stance as a negative would. So that's all well and good. Now you understand the numbers, but I'll show you the easiest way to understand it. Our 20 by 9, positive offset, we're gonna lay that guy down. Our 22 by 14, negative offset, we're gonna lay that guy down. We're gonna look inside of them. So here's the cheater way. I lay something straight across the wheel, and this is my big 22 by 14. I'm gonna measure. We are at 4.5 inches. So out of that big 14 inches, 4.5 inches will be going towards the vehicle. 9.5 will be going out away from the vehicle. Here's our 20 by 9 with positive 18 millimeter offset. We got our straight line across there. Measure that. We are at 6 inches. So 6 inches is towards the vehicle. 3 inches is away from the vehicle. Obviously, going 6 inches towards the vehicle and a narrower wheel is going to stick under the vehicle much further than our big negative offset one. So positive offset under the vehicle, negative out away from the vehicle. I hope understanding this helps you make your wheel decision a little bit simpler so you know what you're doing. And just think of it, negative out away from the vehicle, positive under the vehicle. And if you had any more questions, you could call the guys at TIS Off-Road or Gear Off-Road. They'd be very happy to help. Now I got a question for you. Are you a negative offset person or a positive offset person?